Hey gang, what's going on? Happy Wednesday. I got a question for you. Are the New York Jets for real? Are they for real? I'm very excited about their win over the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, do I think it's the beginning of a demise for the Eagles? No. I think they're going to be just fine. They're the only two undefeated teams with the Eagles and the 49ers. They both lost to teams they probably should not have lost to this past weekend. But I expect them both to rebound. They're powerhouse teams. But it showed me some things here. Do I think this is the beginning of a turnaround season for the Jets? I'm not really seeing anything in that regard, but I am seeing the Jets showing how dangerous they can be. And then, they got close to beating the Chiefs too. Okay, so they do show the ability to beat big teams. And they've shown that this past weekend. So kudos to them for that. Okay. Um, they have to build off this. They got a bye weekend coming up. They play the Giants the next time. And sometimes the Giants, are a streak breaker too. Like when the Jets are on a roll and the Giants are in a slump, then the Giants can come in and break that momentum for the Jets. They play kryptonite to the Jets more often than I'd like it to happen. But we'll see what happens here. But I think the Jets are going to have some momentum. I think they're figuring out a way to kind of roll the way they need to roll. You get guys healthy like Sauce Gardner and some of these other guys, and with a bye week, it gives them a little bit more time to get some of their weapons back. So I'm excited for that. But again, it's the offense seems to me they're close to about ready to break out. So, which excites me. And the fact is, I wouldn't assume that Aaron Rodgers is going to be back for the playoffs if they make the playoffs. Okay, for a couple of reasons. One, not testing that Achilles and that health. I mean, this isn't Vinny Testaverde here, okay? And I also wouldn't assume that if Zach Wilson played well enough to get them to the playoffs, that the Jets would just sit Zach Wilson and play Aaron Rodgers. I know he's a Hall of Famer, but if Zach Wilson did so much to get him there, then he should have the chance, at the very least, to start the game in the postseason. Okay, and if something happens, you bring in Aaron Rodgers. Then this isn't a Carson Wentz going down mid-season and having Nick Foles come in and take over, or even later than that. This is earlier in the season. I know Nick Foles came in and did a great job and led the Eagles to the Super Bowl. This is a little bit of a different situation, okay? And I would not assume, even if Carson Wentz got healthy again, like they stuck with Nick Foles, right? And rightfully so. So I would stick with Zach Wilson if he's the guy. Come in and take him to the postseason. That's just my opinion. You let me know what you think. Okay, load up the comments, and that's another good, fruitful conversation to have. And if you're a Jets fan and you're not subscribed to this channel, please do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. Okay, if you're a Giants fan, you're a Bills fan, no matter what your team is. Okay, we'll talk about everybody, but especially if you're a Jets fan. If you do hit the subscribe button, please hit the notification bell as well. Okay, I appreciate it. I thank you for both. I want to make sure you kept in the loop on everything or all things New York Jets, New York Giants, Buffalo Bills, whoever your team is. If it's the Vikings, the Chiefs, I don't care. To talk about them all. Okay, and this is a football channel. Again, they got weapons. Dalvin Cook. They've got a horde of receivers. And it's going to take a little bit of time for Zach Wilson to be able to figure out a way to capitalize on some of these guys. Some of these guys had played years with Aaron Rodgers. So could they go on a roll? Yeah, they could very well go on a roll with offense. And I really hope that they do. To complement their highly touted defense. So, but you let me know what you think. Is this team for real? Can they sustain this? I like what Sal is doing over there. I like what the coaches are doing, but they got to keep them grounded. They got to keep them realistic, in my opinion. So capitalize on this, build on this, and use this momentum to feast on the Giants and make them 1-6. Okay, sorry to the Giants fans, but this is an opportunity for the Jets to clip off a couple of wins consecutively. So put themselves in the AFC East conversation. All right. Let me know what you're thinking. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you next time.